Yes, children. So finally, we understood that the Reign of Terror. What's the time period of Reign of Terror? From 1793 to 1794. The administration period of Robespierre is considered as a Reign of Terror. Okay, so why it is called as a Reign of Terror? Because in this situation only, the many people were massacred, many people were executed, many people were harassed. Okay, because his administration was very harsh. So that is the reason the followers of himself, the many supporters of the Robespierre themselves started to oppose his administration, and they started to demand for the moderation. So due to that, what happens? He was convicted by the court in the year of 1794 July and arrested on the arrested, and again immediately on the next day he sent to guillotine. Okay, what do you mean by guillotine, children? Yes, it's a device where it used to have a two poles and a blade, so the people will be beheaded. So that is what finally his administration came to an end in the year of 1794. Hope you guys understood, right, children? Very good. And the next, what happens? Let us see that. See, a directory rules France. What do you mean? What do you mean by this directory rules France? Let us see that. What do you mean by that? Why they are calling it as a directory rules? All those things. See, the fall of Jacobins' government allowed the wealthier middle classes to seize the power. So as we know that, children, what happens when there is an instability in the political activities? Of course, the other people will be there to take the chance and seize the power. So the same thing happened even in the France also at the time of French Revolution. What happened? Due to the fall of Jacobins' government, that means due to this Robespierre, the fall of Robespierre, the end of government, the Reign of Terror. So due to that, the middle class people, the wealthier middle class people, that means the rich people, the rich or the prosperous middle class people started to seize the power. So they took the power of the political power, the activities. See, a new constitution was introduced which denied the vote to non-propertied section of society. So finally, again the same problem to the third estate people. They started to face the same problem. That means they formed the new constitution. They introduced the new constitution. In that new constitution, they denied. That means there is no voting power for the non-propertied people. But when at the time of Republic, what happened? They gave the permission of all the 21 years above men were having the right to vote. But now what happened? Again, the poor people, the non-propertied people, they denied by voting rights. Okay, because now this situation, the political power is with the hands of the wealthier, that is the propertied middle class people. So that is the reason they are not allowing the non-propertied section of the society to vote. And then it provided for 2 elected legislative council. So finally they made 2 elected legislative council. Guys, remember, it provided 2 elected legislative council. That means the people who has elected by the people, so those will be having the 2 legislative council. See, this then appointed a directory. They appointed a directory and an executive made of 5 members. Guys, remember, one executive along with the 5 one directory along with the 5 executive members. Okay, so finally, after the Jacobins, the administration or the government lost its administration, so finally the wealthier, the propertied middle class people took over the administration, the power. They seized the power and they made or formed the new constitution they introduced. There they have been denied the voting rights to the non-propertied people. Okay, so later they introduced two legislative council, elected legislative council. So in that they appointed one directory and one executive made up of 5 members. Okay, see, this was meant as a safeguard against the concentration of power in a one-man executive as under the Jacobins. So here why they have been made like this, children? Why they appointed the 5 executive member along with one directory? Because they have seen the administration of the Robespierre. So because here what happened at the time of Robespierre? The whole power, the maximum power was with the single hand, that is with the Robespierre. So that is a reason to avoid the one man administration. They has appointed the 5 executive members. Hope you guys understood, right? To safeguard against the concentration of a power with a single, the person, a single man, they appointed the executives, 5 members of the executive council. Hope you guys understood, right? Very good, children. See. However, the directors often clashed with the legislative councils who then sought to dismiss them. So of course we know that when there is more than 1 or 2 person in the group, what happens, children? Of course there will be some misunderstanding. Yes or no? Yes. So due to that clashes, due to the misunderstanding among the directors or the executive members, so what happens? They dismissed the council, the executive council, legislative council which they have been framed. Guys, you people are understanding, right? Very good. So finally what happened? They appointed the 5 executive members along with the one directory, but due to the clashes among the directors every often, of course we know that when there is a more than 1 or 2 persons, there will be some misunderstandings. So due to that clashes with the legislative council, they dismissed that legislative council. So once they dismiss, what happens? Of course, the political instability. Yes or no, children? See here. The political instability of the directory paved the way for the rise of a military dictator, Napoleon Bonaparte. So guys, we have studied about this one, dictator. What do you mean by dictator? How dictators, the dictatorship works? Yes or no? And have you people aware about the Hitler? Most probably in your history, the coming history, we will study about that also. Nazism, about history, German. Okay. So here what happened? Due to this political instability, again after the the Robespierre, this they started with the 2 legislative council, even that has been failed. So finally, due to this political instability, this directory paved the way for the rise of military dictator. So you people understood about what do you mean by directory? Yes or no, children? Directory is a new form of the administration. They started with the 2 elected legislative council and 1 directory along with 5 executive members. Okay. So there also the political stability was not there. So due to that, this directory made or gave chance for the military dictator. So we know that how the military dictatorship works. How it works, children? Yes, there will be no choice for the people. Okay, whatever the rule it is framed, the people has to agree and follow that. Okay. Who's the leader at that time? Finally, the Napoleon Bonaparte became the leader. Okay, see. Through all these changes in the form of government, the ideals of freedom, of equality before the law and of fraternity remained inspiring ideals that motivated political movements in France and the rest of the Europe during the following century. So finally what happened? There was the lot of political instability. Okay, they had monarchy. The monarchy has gone. They adopted the constitutional monarchy. Even the constitutional monarchy has been banned. They adopted the republic. So after that republic, the reign of terror, that is a period of Robespierre, even that has been gone wrong. And again it has become like a directory. Even the directory has been, the proven wrong. So finally the dictatorship started. Okay, through all these changes in the form of government, the ideals of the freedom, equality before the law, and whatever the fraternity, they remained inspiring the ideals of the motivated political movements even in the France. The people also struggling even in the France and even the rest of the Europe. Also. This we have studied in the democracy in the contemporary world. We have seen, no children, this French Revolution has inspired the many of the European countries or many of the countries in the whole world. Okay, hope you guys understood right about this concept. You people understood about the reign of terror and the directory of the France. Okay, see, we'll go for recapitulation. Explain the reign of terror in brief. So what do you explain in this concept, children? You have to explain in detail about the, how the administration came. For example, the Robespierre, he was a leader, and the reign of terror time period from 1793 to 1794, the administration period of Robespierre is considered as a reign of terror because you have to explain the points. Why it has been called? Yes, his administration was very harsh, and with the name of equality, what he started to do? His policies became very harsh with the name of equality. There is no freedom for the people to eat their choice, because even the food habits has been made equality based on the whole wheat bread only the people has to eat. There is no white flour bread. And even the people has to be along with the speech, address, citoyen and citoyenne, everything should be, he with the name of equality, he started to suppress the people ideas. That is one. And next you have to explain about the, what do you mean by directory? So what do you mean by directory? You have to explain why was it removed from France? Because, there was a continuous clash among the executive members. So due to that, it has been removed. So finally, it led to the military dictatorship. Okay, hope you guys understood right. Children, if any doubts, please let me know. I'm there to help you, children. Okay, so once again, you people just go through about the reign of terror. It is very much important. And then you have to understand about the directory, and in detail we'll study about the Napoleon's administration. It's very beautiful, and it is very interesting one. We'll see. And in the next concept, we'll see how women fought in the French Revolution. What was the part of the women in French Revolution, how they struggled, and what was their demands, and how it became possible for them to get the the freedom. Everything we'll see in the next class. Okay, children, thank you all. Hope you guys understood about the concepts. If any doubts, just let me know, and hope you all are preparing your classwork. All the best for your periodic assessment also. Okay, prepare well, and I want you all your class books to submit. All the best, children. Have a nice day.